President Trump just a few weeks ago said that he didn't want the US dollar to get too strong. And that's his view of manufacturing exports, and his view that China, whether they've manipulated their currency or not, have benefited from a cheaper RMB than is deserved in the market. So that's been kind of the public view. It is an open question to what extent President Trump will respect the independence of the Federal Reserve Board. There are parts of the Republican Party, one of his antagonists, one of his competitors for the nomination is Senator Rand Paul. Senator Rand Paul, whose father was a libertarian, Ron Paul, who had run for president 4 years earlier, has been demanding an audit, an investigation of the Federal Reserve Board. I think it's very important that President Trump respect the independence of the Federal Reserve Board. Having said that, the Federal Reserve Board was created in 1913 and reflects the United States of America of 1913. A few weeks ago, I wrote an editorial in the Wall Street Journal, and it's remarkable. If you look at a map of the Federal Reserve Board and the Federal Reserve Board offices and the presidents, the western part of the United States is almost entirely absent. And yet the state of Missouri, there are 12 Federal Reserve Board districts, 2 of them are in the state of Missouri. So the Federal Reserve Board needs to be reformed. I certainly hope that President Trump respects the independence. As for interest rates, because I'm feeling rather dovish about inflation, I am not convinced that the Federal Reserve Board needs to raise short-term rates more than 2 times this year. And I do not think if they raise rates 25 basis points in June, I do not think that's going to lead President Trump to attack the Federal Reserve Board for trying to drive up the US dollar. So at this point, I would say the Fed is on stable terrain and is unlikely to get into a kind of shouting match with the president.